Aries. Welcome back, guys. Don't forget to click that like button. All right, guys, guess what? Yeah. Guess what? You got somebody here who's really upset with you because, but get this, this is why. Yeah, it's going to blow your mind. Just hear me out, and you're going to be laughing too. This person keeps making the wrong decisions. And this person could very well have problems with the law. Okay, maybe they're getting in trouble with the law, but guess what? It's your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. Something is going on here. This person keeps making the wrong decisions, and they're not. It's not just that they're making the wrong decisions. It's about what they're not doing. Okay, a big part of this is about what they're not doing. So they're not doing certain things that they're supposed to be doing, and it looks like they're getting in trouble with the law there. They're getting themselves in a lot of trouble here. Now, this person, I'm hearing that it's really strong in them. Like they're like super lazy. Okay, like they have no drive in them at all, like nothing. They can't focus. Okay, and it's so strong. They can't think straight. They can't focus. They just don't have it in them, to get up and do something. I'm hearing that this person's like really lazy. I don't know why I touched the cards. I knew I was gonna mess them up. This person is like really lazy. They don't have it in them to get up and do anything, right? Guess what? That's your fault too. No lie. It's your fault. According to this person, it's your fault. You're the reason why they are the way they are. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Now, this could be somebody like you've known from school, okay, or this is somebody that you've known since you were a kid, or maybe you know this person through your own children, or this could be a sibling, okay? This could be a sibling, and for whatever reason, this person feels like every time you come around, they get the short end of the stick. Now, it's not because they're lazy. No, that's not why. And it's not because they're driven. It's not because they keep doing things that are wrong or illegal. That's not why. It's just your fault. It's your fault. And you know what I'm hearing? It has always been your fault. This person has used you as an excuse. I'm hearing since you were born or since you were little, maybe even a baby. Like it has always been your fault because you were always getting the shine or you were always getting the attention or you were always doing something or up to something that this person doesn't have it in them to be able to do. Okay, like you were always like fixing something, working on something, or doing some kind of creative project, something that this person cannot do. So you were getting the attention from the adults around you. That's what I'm hearing. You were getting the attention from the teachers or from the adults around you, and this person feels like because of you, they didn't get that extra support or they didn't get that extra attention or they didn't get that extra love or they didn't get that extra, whatever it is, right? They didn't get any of it, and it's because of you. They're just, everything is your fault. That's why, and this has been something that has just been going on and on and on and on, and now this person is an adult and they still want to use this as an excuse. It's your fault. It's your fault that they are the way they are. It's your fault when they get depressed, when they get lazy. It's your fault. Because you always got, mom's attention or you always got dad's attention, whoever it is, right? Like you always got the love or you always got the admiration, and this person, they like, they hear things or they heard rather because it's in the past. Like this person would hear the way that people talked about you, and then they would just go sit and sulk instead of going out and doing their own thing or having their own interest. They couldn't. They kept wanting to do what you're doing. So if you were playing with your, let's say you were playing with your cars, right? And you got into, I don't know what boys do. Maybe you got into something like, the people that build little ships and they put it in a jar. Maybe you got into that, right? Or maybe you're a girl and you got into making Barbie clothes, right? Whatever it was that you did, right? This person was trying to do what you were doing, but the thing is because it's not really a part of their personality. So when they did it, their heart wasn't in it. So it wasn't as special. I want to say as special as when you did it, because when you did it, your heart was in it. It was something that you really wanted to do. You really wanted to express yourself. So you always did that little extra. I'm hearing, that little extra this and a little extra that, that just made something that would be mediocre. You would do that little extra steps that made it wow, like you really made things stand out, right? And when this person would come along and try it, they were just like, oh, let me just throw this together. Oh, oh, oh. And then they were like, see, I could do it too. Look what I made. And then they didn't put any heart into it. It's different. Yeah. And then they didn't get the response. People were like, oh, that's good. Yeah. And see, and they felt that emotion wasn't genuine. You see what I'm saying? Like they got the response, like, "Oh, you did a good job, honey," something like that, and they could hear it in the people's voice. They could see it in their face that they weren't getting the same genuine response that you did, right? So now this person's getting themselves into trouble and they're trying to they're blaming it on you because they're saying, oh my God, I have to do bad things or I have to do this or I have to do that to get attention or lack of, like, oh, I have to be lazy to get attention or I have to be bad. You know what they say, kids who are bad, and this person's just using these excuses like, you hear about people, they have to be bad because they really want attention. So they're using it as an excuse to be bad and do bad things. So now I'm hearing this person's getting themselves into some legal problems. And they're telling everybody that it's your fault. Yeah. It's your fault that they got themselves into some problems. Now, I'm not really clear as to exactly what this is that they did, but I can guarantee you it's illegal. Okay? Definitely illegal. This person's going to have legal problems. Now, I want you to know this person is going to try to talk to you. You already know where this is going because this person feels like you owe them because you got the spotlight, you got the love and support that they didn't get. And they feel like you should help them because what they're seeing is you have everything. And they feel like you need to help them out. You need to bend backwards and help them get a lawyer or something. Because it's because of you being born, and that might be just for one of you, because you were born, now you owe this person. Or because you were, cute or whatever it was, right? Like sweet, or because you got the attention, they are the way they are and you owe them. They're going to try to give you a guilt trip. Okay? They're going to try to give you a guilt trip. The jealousy in this person is huge. Okay? But right now, this person has nobody else to turn to. Yeah. This person literally has nobody else to turn to. Nobody that has finances or anybody that would actually want to help them. And the reason why is because this person has actually borrowed money from people and never paid them back. Because to this person, in their mind, when they say, oh, can I borrow some money? They think that the person is giving it to them. And it's something that they don't have to pay back. You would be surprised how many people I have met that was just like this person. Like the way that they think is backwards. When you borrow money, you pay it back. It's a loan. That's why they call it a loan. That's why you say borrow, not give. Now, this person's going to say, oh, Aries, can I borrow some money? And then you're going to say, no, I can't help you. Oh, but da 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 da. And then they're going to start trying to put the guilt trip on you. Yeah. And they're going to be like, oh, well, all my life, everybody's turned my back. This person is going to be there with the violin. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? With the violin playing, giving you a pity party, you know? And they're going to do it on purpose. They're already thinking about it. It's already in the cards. This person blames you and they feel like you should be the one to bail them out because it's your fault that they have grown up. They're an adult now. Okay? And this person could be like 30, 40, 50 years old already, possibly older. Okay? This person is a full grown adult. When you become an adult, you make your choices. Okay, that's the difference between being a child and being an adult. This person wants to be an adult, but they want to act like a child and they want to not have to take responsibility, or they want somebody else to take responsibility just like a child. But they're not a child. I guarantee you, if you tell this person, stop sleeping around, or stop doing this, or stop doing that, they'll be like, what? I'm an adult. Oh, really? So they get to choose and pick when they want to be an adult. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes. I'm telling you. This person might have gotten themselves a speeding ticket, okay, or a DWI, or maybe yeah, DWI. What is that? That's drinking under the influence. Doesn't that go for if you smoke the 420? It's the same thing, right? Or is that only when you drink alcohol? I don't know. But they're going to get in trouble, or they have gotten themselves in trouble for doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing. It could be alcohol or it could be the 420. I'm not sure if I can say that word. But the 420, I don't know what I'm talking about. And they got themselves in trouble. Yeah. Now, this person could be a drinker, a heavy drinker. Okay. I'm not saying like they drink every day. I'm not going to say that they're an alcoholic. But I will say that when they do drink, they go overboard. Okay. Even if it's just once a month, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that they drink every day. I'm just saying that when they do, yeah, they go too far. Okay. They go too far and they went too far and they possibly really made somebody angry and they got themselves into trouble. And that's part of the trouble that they're in. I feel like this person has gotten themselves into different trouble, like a ticket here, a ticket there, a misdemeanor here, a misdemeanor there, and it's just like adding up. I'm not going to say like this person's a hardcore criminal and they deserve to be locked up in prison. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that this person's got a bunch of little petty offenses that they're not paying, that they should be paying, but of course they're not paying it, and they're not paying it because it's your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault they're not paying their bills or they're not paying their tickets, right? Things like that. So this person's gonna be contacting you soon. I suspect that it's gonna happen this weekend, maybe in the next 3 days. I'm thinking. Okay. But yeah. Yes, yes, they're going to be asking you for help. They're going to ask you to bail them out. And Spirit is saying not to. Okay? Because this is going to turn into a pattern if it has not already turned into a pattern. Because this person feels like you owe them. And it's like they will purposely go out of their way to get the negative attention because somebody had told them at some point way back in a long time ago when they were a kid that kids act out when they want attention. So they're like, yeah, that's what it is. I'm just acting out, so I'm going to do what I want because I want attention because poor me. And I'm serious. Yeah. And it got stuck in this person's head, and now they're an adult and they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Well, similar, you know what I'm saying? Like the same old things. Like they're just not taking life serious at all. Even their laziness is your fault. Yeah. Even the fact that they can't focus on anything is your fault. It's not because they always want to be. it's really because they always want to have downtime. You can't always have downtime. You have to have work. You have to, there's a time for everything, right? You know what I'm saying? There's a time for everything. Well, this person's like, yeah, every day is playtime, There's nothing in life that they got to take serious. Now, this could be somebody that has children of their own, which makes it even worse. Anyways, and if that is the case, they were not a good parent. And there's a part of them that blames you for that as well. Okay? So it doesn't matter what you do, Aries. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It does not matter what you do. This person is always going to blame you. You could be the sweetest person in the world, give them $1 million and pay all their bills and do all this stuff for them, and they're still going to resent you. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. It doesn't matter what you do. This person was looking for problems with you since you were a child. Like they're just jealous. They're just jealous, and that's it. So they were always going to find something wrong with you. They were always going to find something where they could be the victim. That's it. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. This person is not doing the shadow work. Okay? They're not healing themselves. They're not adulting. They're not becoming an adult and being responsible. And they won't. Because it's part of their personality. And there's really nothing that you could really do about a person's personality. You know what I mean? They're literally born with this personality. And the thing is that they are staying this way because they want to stay this way. Because it's easy. It's comfortable for them. They've been there for so long that now just the idea of having to be a responsible adult terrifies them now, which is really sad considering how old this person is, Considering their age, this is really sad. Like, how did they get this far in life, without taking responsibility, without working, without, you know what I'm saying? Doing the adult type of things that people do, like taking care of their own children. I guarantee you, this person blames you for the way that they treated their own children. You see what I'm saying? That's how far their victimhood goes. When you had nothing to do with it, you weren't around this person. As a matter of fact, some of you might have lived in another city away from this person. Like, y'all don't even live in the same city. And y'all haven't lived in the same city for quite a while. So how is it you? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you, I know people who have tried to destroy their siblings or sometimes even their own children. Seriously, And those people actively go out of their way to, like, you know what I'm saying, lie about that person, or get people to look at that person in a negative way. I mean, they go out of their way. You never did that. You never did that. You never talked about this person. You never was a negative person because it's not part of your personality. Your personality is very optimistic, where this person is very pessimistic. This person could get a brand new car. You could go and buy this person a brand new car. And guess what? They will look at that car and be like, that's not what I wanted. Why'd you get me a black car? I wanted a pink car. Oh my God. You ruined my day. Like, seriously. That's how bad this person is. Like, I could so see them being this way. You cannot make this person happy. And even though you want to have that closeness with this person, especially if this is your sibling, even though you want so badly to be able to connect with this person in that way, as, a sibling or best friend or a friend, or somebody that you grew up with, like somebody that you feel could be like a sibling to you, even though you want that so badly, you just gotta accept that some people are just born to be a certain kind of way. They're just born to be that way. And until something comes in and just, something drastic would really have to happen to make this person change, or make this person want to change. Like something very big would have to happen, and it's not going to come from you. Because anything that you do or say, this person is going to reject it. They're going to reject it because it's coming from you. You know, it's sad, but it's true, you know? And Spirit wants you to know, like, don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be giving to this person. Because this person cannot, until they mature, until they heal, until they get their heads together, they cannot be who you need them to be, or who you would want them to be, you know? They just cannot be that for you, unfortunately. So sorry to be the one to tell you. Okay? Spirit is saying this person got themselves into trouble. Let them deal with it themselves. It's time. This person is 50 years old, or however the age is. Okay? They're old enough to start taking care of their own business. How they have gotten this far in life, I have no clue. It's just by the grace of God that this person is still alive. Like, seriously. How have they gotten this far in life and have not either ended up in prison or starved to death, or I don't know. This person is like so protected. It's a miracle that they're still alive, but it is what it is. It just is what it is. So, this person will always, always, always see this situation with you as a never ending thing. It's never going to end because it's their attitude. Unfinished business. You will always have unfinished business with this person forever. Yeah. Aries, I am going to get out of this reading. I'm so sorry to be the one to tell you the bad news. I'm so sorry. You don't deserve this, and I want you to know that. And Spirit wants me to tell you that. You don't deserve this. You are such a sweetheart. Okay? You don't deserve the treatment from this person. You're awesome. You're very optimistic. Stay optimistic. Okay, there's a part of them that hates it that you can be optimistic the way that you are, but stay that way because there's a reason why God made you this way. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. When this person calls, what are you going to do? You're going to say, nope, can't help you. Not this time, okay? You're going to say no. You have to say no. Even though your heart is going to tell you to help them out because of who they are, no, you cannot help them out. All right, guys. Catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye, guys.